What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 of NHL 22 Calgary Flames Franchise Mode Series. As you guys can see, they were currently 2-1-3 the preseason. Voracek's got over point per game there with 7-6. But the big news, guys, we missed the last episode. Spoiler warning, we are Stanley Cup champions after only 2 seasons. And honestly, it's the toughest Stanley Cup I ever had to earn. If you guys missed the last episode, go check it out. But we literally had to win the Stanley Cup twice just to get it that one time. So, very happy with the squad so far. I'll show you guys what this team is looking like heading into year 3. So we got Huberdeau, Lindholm, Mangiapane. Still in that first line with a +5. Toffoli, Schenn, Voracek on the second. Also get a +5. We then have Kessel, Phillips, and Lambert now on the team. On that third line, I'm really hoping Lambert can do well there. Okposo, Niederbach, and Heinen, I think, is a solid fourth line. Defensively here, we got Hanifin, Weegar, top pair. Anderson, Burns, second. Shillington, Nouch on the bottom pair. So not as good chemistry this way, but it is +1 every line. Before I had Nouch on the top pair with Weegar, we got a +5, but people were saying Nemec might not do good there because rule there is depth defenseman. And I think they're right, as I remember I put Owen Power top pair a bit too early for the chemistry, and he didn't do too well. This way too, Burns gets a bit more ice time. Still an 84. Goaltending-wise, Markstrom, of course, our starter. Kane, Primo backing him up. In terms of the special teams, guys, we get +3 on both foremans. Power play is actually a +5 for both, so very curious to see how this does. We got Phil Kessel in the first unit there. PK +3, +2 isn't too bad. 3-man there's a +1 and a 0. So overall, really liking the look of these lines. Now in terms of the AHL team, we got Pelche, Ruzicka, Vesalainen on the first line. Hope Pelche makes the NHL team next year. Beck, Zary, Coronado on the second. Tallulah there. Zavgrodny, Schwint on the third. Pospisil, Huckins, and Godin on the fourth. So AHL team forwards look good. Defensively, Samuelson, Poirier, Chalowski, Johansson, Gleason, Hayek. +2 on the top 4. Isn't too bad. We got Wolf starting as 81. Kwong there only a 59, but mainly potential. Should do, hopefully decent in the backup role. Also, too, here, guys, I want to give you a quick update on the jerseys. Captaincy, no change, but someone noticed that with Backlund no longer on the team, Huberdeau can return to being number 11, as well as Schenn can be number 10, his original number. I believe they were switched before with Huberdeau 10, Schenn 11. Also, too, since Mangiapane wears 88, Burns is wearing 87. I decided to give him just a solo number 8 there. I feel like it actually fits a defenseman better. So, a little jersey number change. Next year, guys, let's show you the ratings heading into this third year. We've got 94 offense, 88 defense, 89 goaltending. So I feel like we're a solid squad. Let's see how we do. Also, guys, real quick, check this out. Jonathan Huberdeau set a franchise record for assists in a single game with 7. I'm not sure what game that was, but pretty cool to see. And we just got a trade up here from the Penguins. Raquel in a third for Pelche, Beck, and Snyder. I feel like our forwards are fine. As I mentioned, I like to hold on to Pelche. Really hoping he can make the NHL team, make an impact. Similar to Matthew Phillips. A couple guys that are often bust. I want to see them actually break through the NHL. Currently, you guys can see playing very well. 16-6-1 so far. Alright, guys, so literally right after I said we were playing really well, I think we lost 6 straight games there. Crack into the Canucks, which is kind of funny. Still, though, 20-13-5 has us third in the division. Win back to the Canucks, who have a lot of games at hand. But, yeah, if it wasn't for like that 6-game losing streak, we'd definitely be first in the division. Huberdeau, 42-38. Quick look here at the AHL team. Coronado, almost a point per game. They're also third in the division. So, pretty decent start, nothing amazing, but fine with that. Now, the Blue Jackets want to trade us Dumoulin for Coronado, but our defense is set, and again, want to hold on to our good prospects. Philadelphia Flyers offering D'Angelo for Kwong and Poirier. They want a lot for him. He is good offensively, but again, we're going to hold pat on our young players. Now, check this out, guys. Center's offering us Giroux a third and a sixth for Kwong and Poirier. I don't think I'm going to do this because potential is now top 9. He's still an 85. What is that? 36 points right now in the year. A lot of X factors there would definitely fit, chemistry-wise. The thing is, he's not really a third-line player. Could send Lambert to the AHL. I don't know. How is, Schenn doing? Schenn's got some amount of points. Not as many X factors. Geeky, there's a 75 right now in junior. Tearing it up, 63 and 42. The Giroux trade's definitely interesting. I think I'll take a look probably at the deadline. That Matthew Phillips trade's so funny. $1 million for the next 8 years, and he's got 27 and 52, which isn't bad. Wow. And now look at this trade offer, guys. Tons of trade offers this episode. Teravainen and Pesce, but they want Geeky, Kwong, and McCauley back. Both of them as well are pending free agents. Teravainen's an 88. What does he have there? 55 points. Pesce, 15, but obviously he's more of a defensive defenseman. Are either of these guys extended? That probably increased their value. No. Okay, so pending free agents. I mean, a lot of players are going to be available at the deadline. I probably do just wait here. Good to see we're going to have some options, though. Deadline is only about, 2 weeks away. Currently second in the division there, I think it said, behind the Golden Knights. Yeah, we have 79 points there. They have 83, or 36, 21, and 7. Let's see. Huberdeau's still leading scorer there with 73 and 64. AHL-wise, Connor Zary now leading scorer with 54. And we're first place in our division, just past the Silver Knights. So it's like all Vegas there in both leagues. So we'll get to the deadline here. Definitely we're a buyer. Very curious to see who the top players are on the trade block. Seth Jones, 7 years left at 9.5. He is up to an 89. O'Reilly, Teravainen there. Tyson Barrie, Tristan Jarry's on the Coyotes. Kopitar, Allmark, Gurianov, who's not signed with the Stars. Dumba, Pesci is there. Okay, so I think I'm going to go look around, trying to see kind of what fits our team best. Alright guys, so we're here trying to trade the Carolina Hurricanes to get Brett Pesci, offering up Shillington, who's also on an expiring deal, 26, only 82. He ended up kind of stuck in our bottom pair, so that's why I didn't really grow too much. We got Burns for the offensive defenseman. Adding McCauley here is a good prospect. And a fourth, Pesci, of course, a very good defensive defenseman. Look at that, 90D awareness and shot block, 89 stick check, decent physical. I think he could really help the team. We'll see what they say. This is like pretty close. Trades rejected. I kind of figured that. Maybe a third next year. They'll just give it slightly more value. Plus, they like the third. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I think it's a really nice trade. Now, I might actually circle back on Giroux. I thought about also trading for Teravainen, but the ask for him was quite high. JVR there for a second and fifth, not terrible, but as I mentioned, I think Giroux's kind of the player to go for. Way better. He's also got a lot of X factors, so maybe that third line could get a chemistry boost. Thing is, I don't really know who we trade out for him here. I'd also want him at 50% because 6.5 is a lot of money. So if we can get him at 50%, even if we pay a little bit extra, this could be a great trade for us. Alright guys, so I'm thinking we're just going to go for it again this year. I'm offering up Kwong, who's the medium league goalie, with a second rounder for Giroux. Value's a bit on our side. I do have him retaining 50%, but he's on the block. If we do this, I'm just going to send Lambert down to the AHL. I double checked, and I can do that. So the AHL gets a bit of a boost as well. See what the senders say here. Trades rejected. They don't retain that much salary. 6.5. I mean, I need them to retain at least like 1.5, I think, on him. So he's like a $4 million player next year. Let's try now. Trade still rejected. Wow, so we have to take on the full salary of Giroux. It's a lot of money on a veteran because he's going to go down in rating next year. I mean, we could always flip him. The thing is, like, we can probably get a younger star player like that in free agency with the money. Now, Teravainen here is higher rated than Giroux, and he's only got the 1 year left, so we have the option to keep him or not. And we actually have to add a little bit to this trade to get Teravainen in, so maybe that's the play. Let's see, who do they want? I really don't want to give up any of those players. Alright guys, so here's my offer for Teravainen. Kwong, medium league goalie, second round pick next year, and then Danton Heinen there, who, even though he's a decent player, at the end of the day he's a fourth liner, but he's got a good amount of value because he's an 81 on a decent contract. Lambert, I guess, would just play fourth line, which probably will hurt his growth a little bit, but for the last month and a half in the playoffs, it's fine if we can win a cup. Value's on our side. Let's see what the Hurricanes say here. Trades rejected. Value on the table is too far off. I mean, I was going to add to this, but the fact we already had the value on our side, and it's medium difficulty, thought that would go. Try a fourth rounder as well. Trade still rejected. Do we do 2 seconds here for Teravainen? Like, this is a lot to give up. Kwong, Heinen, 2 seconds. We're getting a star player back. I mean, pretty much a superstar Teravainen. He's got 60 points, 62 games, 88 overall. Probably worth it. Trying to win back-to-back cups. Let's go. Trades accepted. So, a lot to give up there. We really don't have a lot of draft picks back, but trying to do something that's very tough, which is constantly be competitive. So, not a lot of picks. We got to get lucky there in the late round. Alright guys, so the trade deadline is now complete. We'll see what other trades got made. I mean, it's kind of funny actually. We traded for both Pesci and Teravainen in separate deals. Could have made it all one big trade. Actually, no, we couldn't have because I think we used more than 5 assets to make them. But Nudavera there goes to Edmonton. You got Maligan on Boston. Johnny Beecher goes to the Blackhawks. I feel like Boston messed up there. So our trade for Teravainen. Sam Gagner goes back to the Oilers for like, what, the 3rd or 4th time. Dylan Strome on the Blue Jackets. Tom Wilson on the Coyotes. Our trade for Pesci. Oscar Lindblom there to the Avalanche. Colin Blackwell on the Golden Knights. Tyler Johnson to the Flyers. Brandon Brisson goes to the Blackhawks. Wow, so they're kind of loading up there with good young players. Marcus Foligno on the Blue Jackets. Kolvanen to the Canucks. Jake McCabe on the Jets. Ryan Hartman there on the Lightning. So, some decent trades. But I feel like the 2 biggest trades of the deadline were definitely ours. Logan Stanley on waivers. 25.79, high top 6. Making $800K. That's 100% a claim. I feel like Worst case is a bottom pair for us, potentially. Alright, guys, so after the trade deadline, here's an updated look at the lines. I feel like this team looks awesome. We got Huberdeau, Lindholm, Teravainen now on the first line. Voracek, Shen, Mangiapane is the second. Kessel, Lambert, and Toffoli on the third, with Phillips, Niederbach, and Okposo on the fourth. Defensively here, we got Uyghur, Pesce as the top pair, again a +5. Anderson, Hannafin on the second with a +2. Burns and Nemitz is our bottom pair, gain a +1. Also, guys, regards to the special teams, you can see we're still getting +5 on both power plays. First one, though, now has Teravainen on it. Second looks even better. 4-man power play there, +3 for both. I also should mention, someone said I should only use my number 1 defenseman on power plays, and they'll actually do better in the Sims. Mackenzie Weegar here is only on the power plays. We'll see how that works. PK, +5 on the first, +2 on the second. Pesce's a big reason for that. 3-man, we actually get +3 on the first. So yeah, Pesce's got great defensive X factor that's showing there on the PK. So hopefully this team can make another Stanley Cup run. And actually, guys, I just noticed Mangiapane was not on the power play, so subbed him in for Phillips. Looks even better now. This team is pretty stacked. And we're not in the season here, guys, with a record of 46, 27, and 9, so another good year. 101 points, actually tied with the Canucks there for the Pacific Division lead, but they had a couple extra wins. We're actually tied for first in the West. Sabres, Canadians did better than us, same with the Blue Jackets, oh wow, but still, a very good year. AHL team, 121 points, oh my goodness. First in their division and the league. Take a look at the leading scorers here. So Pelche actually finished the point per game. I'm thinking he'll get called up to the NHL next year. Maybe he takes Toffoli's spot. I actually noticed Voracek needs a new contract as well, so we're probably losing one of those two. Hopefully he can hold on to Teravainen, very good player. Huberdeau there at 90-82, love to see that. I'm hoping though we can have another 100-point year, maybe a 115-point year, like in real life. Teravainen there at 76. Let's see, how did he do with us though? Point per game, so yeah, cannot complain. Lindholm 67, Voracek 66. Toffoli there, Shen, Uyghur, Mangiapane, even Phil Kessel, all 50 plus. So that's 9 players on our team who had 50 plus points, which is pretty impressive. That means literally half of our skaters had 50 plus points. Burns was pretty close even at 42. Phillips, Lambert would like a bit better from the young guys, but honestly it's probably just has to do with ice time. Nemitz is 81 now. Sheltered minutes, didn't have a bad plus minus, so that should be okay. Goaltending wise, Markstrom there, .906, 3.01. Could be better, but obviously not terrible either. Kane Primo's stats as the backup were pretty good. So AHL wise, behind Pelche, Coronado there at 75. Zeri 68, Chalowski 63. I mean, he could even get to like an 81. That could definitely help us out. Vesalainen 61 I'll take. So those guys are kind of just carrying this team. See goaltending there. Wolf, wow, really good stats. 8 shutouts, .908, 2.44. Could maybe trade Primo, call him up to be the NHL backup. That guy's strictly just an AHL goalie since we traded away Kwong there, the medium elite. So looking at the entire NHL, I don't think Huberdeau's 90 points. Yeah, not enough. Johnny Gaudreau wins Jarrett Ross again. Get out of here. Line A 120. So that's why Blue Jackets win the President's Trophy. At least I think they did. Aho 116. I feel like him and Svechnikov are the duo. Without Teravainen, though, they'll probably slow down. Crosby, Kucherov, McDavid, Eichel, Pacioretty. Most goals is actually Sid the Kid at 36. He wins Maurice Richard. Pretty cool to see. Defensive scoring, Dahlin put up 90. Now a 91. Jeez. Hedman there, still 81 as a 33-year-old. McCarr, Barry, Klingberg on the Coyotes there, doing quite well. No Dobson, 69. Impressive. Goalie stats here. Luukkonen, most wins with 40. Best save percentage for a starter, though, is Robin Lehner. I just saw he's out for this season, which sucks to see, even if you're not a Golden Knight fan. Goals against there. Also Robin Lehner. So I think he's going to win the Vezina Trophy. So, good for him. Like I said, real life, I just heard today, he's out for this season. Looking at the rookie skaters here, most points goes to Thomas Bordelot, 69, nice. Only an 80 right now at 22, but he did quite well. He's going to grow. Kent Johnson there. Just played his first season for Columbus this year. Wow, they're going to be so nasty. I thought they were using him this whole time. Gunther, Slafkovsky there on the Coyotes, 61. Bedard with the Flyers, Lecker-Mackey, Bergeron, Michkov, 57. Michkov's 83 already. What's Bedard? 86. Yeah, dude's going to go off. Now look at the entire league standings here, guys. The Blue Jackets did win the President's Trophy. We were 5th in the NHL. 6 teams are 100 plus. Red Wings had a decent year. Oh, wow. Look at that gap. So the East is so much better than the West. Florida Islanders, Boston Rangers, all had better years than the Coyotes and the Avalanche and missed the playoffs. I would be so annoyed. Last in the NHL is the LA Kings. That's surprising because right now, obviously, they're really turning it around. Most goals for in the league goes to the Carolina Hurricanes there. Least was the LA Kings. At least we weren't at the top, nor were we at the bottom. I think that's the best goals against. Pittsburgh Penguins there, 234. We had the 5th best, so I'll take that. LA Kings also had the worst goals against. So yeah, they're definitely having a bit of a tough time there. We'll get started, guys, with the first round. We're actually going to be playing the Golden Knights by the looks of it. They knocked us out in the first round in our first year sim. The second year sim, that's actually who I played and beat before the game crashed. I think after that we actually had to do a Battle of Alberta. So I guess we get a real chance here to get revenge. Let's see. So the Vegas Golden Knights team, Marchessault, Eichel, Stone on the first line, Atkinson, Stevenson, Athanasiou on the second, Raffle, Carlson, Smith, Dorofayev, Patrick, and Steele. Defensively here, Theodore Pietrangelo, both 90s. That's tough. Whitecloud, Chaika, McNabb, and Stetcher. Goaltending-wise, they got Thompson and Leonard. So a good team for sure. But as I mentioned, in like the lost archives, we did beat them last year, first round. So hopefully we can do it here in year 3. First 2 games are at home. 6-3 loss, 4-3 loss. Well, that's not good. Head to Vegas now. Or sorry, yeah, headed to Vegas now. What am I thinking? 6-5 OT win. We just get by. 5-0 loss. Come on. So we got to win the next 3 games straight. And we can't do it. They beat us in 5. So Golden Knights have our number again. That's tough to see. AHL team here. They're by the Tucson Roadrunners in the first round. So round number 2, Henderson Silver Knights. Hopefully, could get some revenge there for the big club. And they do. They beat them in 7. Okay. Milwaukee Admirals up next. Come on, AHL team. Stockton Heat. Let's go. They're up 2. They actually sweep. We now have Lavelle here in the Calder Cup final. They unfortunately lose the first 2 games. Let's actually sim this one game by game. We're down 2, but still some time left. Mysick there with a goal. 3-2 now. Ruzicka with a couple. Zavgorodny with another one. And we actually hold on there to bring back this series. We were down 3-0. That probably would have been it. But the AHL team can win the Calder Cup. That would definitely be huge for our future. Really sucks to, to get bounced in the first round again by the Golden Knights. But what are you going to do? Lavelle up 1. Up 2. Mysick again up, oh my gosh, 5-0. Kane Gooley there. Gosher. So it looks like they actually have a pretty solid squad. But I think ours is better. We're really going to have to prove that now here with 3 straight wins. We want to win the Calder Cup. So game 4, guys. First period. Kane Gooley again. Nothing in the second. Come on, boys. This is it. Wow. What an answer. Third period. 4 goals. Ruzicka, Cholowski, Tallulah, Zavgorodny. We claw back. Pull this thing within striking distance. 3-2 now. Head to Lavelle if we can win this next game. Force a game 7. Anybody's Calder Cup on the line. Down 2 early. Bodwin, Barron. That's probably it unless we have another insane third period. We're actually out shooting them by 8. We get a couple there, but we waited too long. 35 shots at 22. Zeri Poirier, unfortunately, not going to be enough. And the Lavelle Rocket take the Calder Cup. NHL-wise, Leafs versus Avs. Are you kidding me? Leafs are up 2, and the Leafs win the Stanley Cup. Lavelle there with the Calder Cup. All right, so definitely not how we wanted the season to go. I felt like we made the moves we needed to at the deadline, bringing in Teravainen, bringing in Pesce. Just got unlucky there in the playoffs. Devils win the first overall pick, so 2024, I think they're taking the Finnish dude, who's not in my roster, but I have added him, Aaron Kiviharju. So once I update the last roster I put out, guys, which will probably happen pretty soon once Kadri signs, essentially, he'll be in this draft. LA there at 2. The Rangers from 13-3 is insane jump. I think similar to when they got Capo Caco, or even when they got Lafreniere after making the playoffs. Mangiapane was a point per game there. So take a look here at the playoff tree. Let's see here. The Leafs beat the Sabres in 6, Canadiens in 6, Lightning in 7, and then the Avs in 5. Alright, so the Golden Knights actually ended up getting beat by the Avs there after taking us out. Take a look here at the playoff stats for this team. So Mangiapane, Teravainen, and Voracek are all a point per game. I mean, I'd like to bring back Teravainen and Voracek in that case. Where's Toffoli? 2 points. Yeah, probably going to be getting let go then after that playoff. Nemec only had a point. Buddy's young. Markstrom stats were not good at all. .853, 5 goals against. You got to think, though, a lot of that has to do with the team in front of him. I'd actually like to hold on to Markstrom as long as I can, as it'd be really cool if he could beat some of Kiprusoff's records. I don't know if a 10-year franchise would be enough to do that, but I want to give it a shot. So you can see there, yeah, the Leafs, Stanley Cup, Prince of Wales. Gaudreau with another Art Ross. That's like insane to me. Another Hart Trophy. Dahlin there, James Norris. Laine Lady Bing. Bordelot with the Calder. Matthews, Conn Smythe. Leonard there got the Vezina, very cool. Blackwood, though, got the William Jennings. Bjornfoot there, Bill Masterton. Blackhawks coach Jack Adams. Crosby got the Selke, along with the Maurice Richard same year. Gaudreau, though, Ted Lindsay, and then Crosby, Maurice Richard. Honestly, I want to give him Crosby the Ted Lindsay. If he's winning the Maurice Richard and the Selke the same year, like, That's pretty nasty. I do think Matthews might be able to do that 1 year in his career. Almost forgot, guys, AHL here. So Lavelle won the Calder, but we did win the regular season. We also won, of course, the Western Conference, Western regular season, all that. Individual here, Lorentz, most points. Carrick, MVP. Cooley there, most goals. Pretty cool to see. Stankoven, best rookie. Also cool to see. Chalowski there, best defenseman. Maybe we'll bring him back. Prosvetov there, best goalie. Kapanen, MVP. I'm not even sure who that is. Pelche, though, got sportsmanship, so nice little add-on. Bauer there, I think, community involvement. And then Wolf, lowest goals against. So definitely some good signs from this AHL team. Even if we lose some guys, we got players coming up. Ruzicka, 18 points, 22 playoff games. Isn't too bad at all. So I'll take a look at retired players next here, guys. There is a chance Brent Burns hangs it up. I don't see him here. Okay, so Stastny, Ryan Suter, Giordano, Yandel there, Erickson, Neal, Philip Broussard, Turris, Eric Johnson, Bodker, Sutter, Strawman 2, goaltender-wise, Craig Anderson, Stalock, Darlene. That's about it. Okay, so Brent Burns is coming back. Paul Stastny is now a coach. You can see some of the scouts there. Ryan Suter is one of them if we need one. It is always cool to hire a former player. So getting to the draft, guys, we have a lot of decisions to make, but I think our team is in a good spot. So Devils, LA, not looking to trade those picks. Let's see here. What is this draft looking like? You got Vladimir Bykov, 6 guaranteed medium leagues. Oh, actually, Aaron Kivaharju is in the draft. I didn't think I made him, but I did. Okay, so that's good to see. You know what, guys? I got confused. The player I still have to add to the roster is Dalibor Dvorsky. He's a Slovakian forward who's supposed to go probably number 4 in the 2023 draft, so already missed out on him, but he will, like I said, be in the update. So take a look, I guess, at the gems here. You got a couple, low top 469 is not really even that good of value. Guaranteed medium leads is just the top 6. If we could somehow get Kivaharju, that would be amazing. I don't know. It would cost a lot to give up. Probably not worth it. And check this out, guys. We got 2 guaranteed medium top 6 in Krautzer and Sexsmith. Both going to go end of the 3rd round, early 4th round. That's going to be really good value. And I'm just looking at our players right now, guys, at the draft, and I just realized Lindholm also needs a raise, so hopefully can bring back him and Teravainen, but for sure losing to Foley, maybe Voracek, Hanifin, Pesci also are going to both want more money. It's going to be tough to make this work under the cap. Alright, guys, so next year I'm trying to make a huge trade to the Winnipeg Jets to get 10th overall. I'm offering up Braden Shen, Reason Bean, 32 years old. He's making $6.5 for the next 5 years. I want to clear his salary, especially since he's already gone down to an 84, so he's starting to drop now. We've got to trade him while he still has some value, and like I said, we really need some money to re-sign some better players. Niederback here also dropped in rating after this year, now it's 78, so don't mind moving on from him. He's got a bit of value. Dylan's just there for the salary, because at the draft they still care about it, even though they shouldn't. 10th overall picks on the block. The value's pretty equal. We'll see what the Jets say to this. Trades accepted. That is huge. So my plan is, guys, I wanted to get that 10th overall to try and get 5th overall from the Edmonton Oilers to get Aaron Kivaharju. Now, I couldn't make the Shen trade with them as they really didn't have any bad players to take back. Never mind. I actually see they have Derek Stepan here. So maybe I'll take him back. This is definitely going to increase the Battle of Alberta. We can kind of fleece them here for 5th overall. I'm thinking trade Brent Burns as well, 5.2 with 10th. Brent Burns in 10th overall to get the 5th overall. The value's actually on our side. Wow, could we actually even get back? Can we fleece them here? 82, because we know we can get a guaranteed medium top 6 with that pick. Brent Burns in 10th for the 5th overall and Aaron Kivaharju. Calgary, Edmonton, come on. Trades accepted, let's go. So, obviously lost a couple of good players, but we need that money. Please, Kivaharju, still be there at our pick. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize Edmonton had the 4th pick as well. If they take him from us, nope, they go with a grinder, 76 medium elite, Strabak there. So we could take Gormley, who our scouts do say is the gem, Norwegian center, similar style Mark Stone. Wow, but Aaron Kivaharju. Defense, I think we need more than offense. You can see there he's got more zone abilities. Maybe, can we trade back with Minnesota and potentially get something here? Let's see if they give us a 4th round pick to move back 1 spot. They say no. I mean, there's got to be some value in that. Give us a 5th round pick to move back. Give us a 6th round pick to move up 1 spot. There we go. Okay, so we'll let Minnesota decide kind of our fate here. And they take Gormley, who's a 76 medium elite power forward. He's got unstoppable force, a few other X factors. A really good shot there, all 88s. watch this guy tear up the NHL for years to come. But I wanted the real player. I wanted Aaron Kivaharju. So let's see. 73 medium elite. He's a few overall lower, but way more X factors there. Offensive defenseman who's just got insane stats. Yeah, this guy is going to be so good. I've actually thought about making him a high elite instead of medium elite, so let me know if you guys think I should do that when I update the roster. But honestly, the fact we turned 2 veterans with big contracts into the 6th overall pick, which of course was Kivaharju, I think that is awesome. And now next year, guys, I'm offering the signing rights to both Toffoli and Okposo to Pittsburgh for a 3rd round pick, which of course we're going to try and turn into one of those medium top 6s. They actually like Okposo. Toffoli is still a good player, like to get, signing rights to 85. See what the Penguins say. Trades rejected. I didn't even read what they said, but it looked like something kind of interesting. We have 2 fourths, so let's give up one of our fourths here. So this is a lot to move up around. I think they have to say yes at this point. That might be a little bit too much. Let's try doing this with a 5th first. They still say no. Okay, so I guess maybe it will take a 4th here, but again, it's worth it because we're not bringing those guys back. Okposo also dropped in rating. They say no. The value's too far off. I mean, we want one of those medium top 6s, so playing hardball, and they get it done. So we have 2 late 3rds now. Hopefully we can get those 2 medium top 6s. Voracek, I'm probably going to risk trying to re-sign. So let's see. Pick 82. Hopefully those guys are here. The low top 4 is. I feel like he's not as good, though. As the guaranteed medium top 6. Yeah, 88 there, 92. These are the ones I want. We'll go Krautzer. And 55 medium top 6. Okay. Our next pick is like 3 away. Hopefully other guys still there. I almost took this Danik defenseman. Only a 63 low top 6. Like, definitely glad I didn't do that. So we're taking Sexsmith with the next pick. 2 medium top 6s in the 3rd round. Only a 48, but still, that's great picks. Especially, of course, to go with Kivaharju there in the 1st. Speaking of which, guys, I'll show you it quick. So 82 medium elite with 1st overall. 79-78 defenseman. The 76 grinder to the Oilers. Gormley there, who we traded back from. You got medium top 4 there to the Kraken. I don't think any of the medium elites can be going because, again, yeah, low draft class quality, low prospect quality. They would have to get an absolute steal. So pick number 121 is our next pick. Medium starter guaranteed, Carlton. That worked out perfectly. Only 52 overall, but still, I think that's a really nice pick. We're now at number 140. Gonna check the pins here. We have a couple left. This guy could be low elite. Louis Biega. 51, low top 6, no X factors or anything, but honestly, for the 5th round, a low top 6, that's actually really good. Now in the 6th round here, this guy could be medium top 6. I feel like I might as well just take him. Medium bottom 6, 48. He'll never get a contract, but that's okay. Another 6th round pick, no more pins. We're just taking chances. Is the medium bottom 6 worth taking? NHL take 5 years. Probably not. We'll go with this Finnish defenseman. Maybe medium elite, medium 7th. Really not the worst. I think we have a couple 7th round picks still. Let's see. Fox there could be a medium top 6 defenseman. He's a medium 7th. And that is it for the draft, guys. So, like I said, I think we did really good. Cleared cap space. Kivaharju there, followed by the 2 medium top 6 forwards. About as good as you could get. Our another re-sign phase here, guys. I'm actually re-signing our head coach first. You can see he's got A- overall there. Now, the one thing with him I don't like is coach influence is B-, which is actually the most important of like his attributes there, and it's the worst one, but I do like having the record. You can see the 1 Stanley Cup, our win-loss record there, so hopefully as we continue to play better, he'll get better. Team fit's also pretty solid, 78%. Bringing back this associate coach as well, he was pretty cheap. This one, though, the assistant wanted more than the associate, so I'm going to let him go, try and find somebody nice. Probably also make this AHL goalie coach the NHL one, because A+ teaching, C- coach influence for a goalie coach is honestly one of the best you can get. Like, that's very good. Now, looking at our players here, guys, you can see we have over 42 million in cap space, but a lot of stars to re-sign. First here, Elias Lindholm wants 9.5 for 8 years. Okay, doesn't really get any cheaper, so might as well give him what he wants. Usually, if you give them the years they want, they'll take a bit less. Let's try like an 8.75 to start for 8 years, see what he says. Teravainen I'd like to keep as well. He wants 7x7. That's actually not bad. We have 7 years left of this, and he actually gets more expensive on a short-term deal, so I'm fine with 7x7, but we might as well try and get like a 6.5 for him. I think that's super cheap for an 88, especially in 2024 when the cap's gone up. Voracek's now at 85. He wants $4 million. He's a veteran. Pays until he's 36. I don't mind that. I think we do have the cap space. Let's try like 3.75 there. Again, if you save $250,000 on 4 players, that's $1 million saved. You might as well try and save everywhere you can. Pesci here wants 4.95. Very good defensive defenseman. 3 years. I'm fine with that. 4.75. Hannafin's going to want a bit more because he's younger. Yeah, he wants $5 million for 6. For 7 till he's 34, it's the same price. Let's try 4.75 for 7. Again, for an 85 overall defenseman, I think that's really good. Kessel better be cheap. 3 million, we'll wait on that. I think we can make it happen, especially, after bringing in the guys we did. Dylan we could sign if we need to. I don't think we will. 3 million for 81 though. I'm not even going to bother. Cholowski, I think, could fill his role just fine. Derek Stepan there also we brought back just for salary. Not going to re-sign him. So we'll see what everyone says. We still have Primo and Wolf too if we wanted to trade one of them. Definitely have to sign an AHL backup. Carlton's not good enough yet. So our head coach is coming back, even though he's not thrilled with the offer. I'm pretty sure I paid him actually extra money. Associate coach did the same thing. I always give the coaches extra money because I don't have owner mode turned off. So Lindholm wants more money. Hannafin wants more money. Teravainen wants more money. Pesci said yes. Voracek wants more money. Okay, so I'll offer them all an extra 200K here. I'm actually going to make Hannafin the same offer, but only do 6 years because that's what he was looking for. And there we go. Lindholm said yes. Hannafin, Teravainen, Voracek. So they were all very close to saying yes on the initial offers. You guys can see there, everyone's under contract. We still have 17 million in cap space. We are in such a good position. Now Connor Geeking's new contract, 77. I don't think he makes an NHL team this year, but definitely next year. Also, guys, of course, Wolf needs a new deal, 23.81. He wants 800K for 2 years. 3 years is actually still that cheap. 4 years, wow. Okay. What about 5 years, $1 million? We could have him as the backup for that time in case we lose Kane Primo. And now Kevin Hardy here, guys. Of course, I'm going to sign, having the AHL this season, hopefully tear it up. And I think he's got 6 guys in front of him, so I'll probably be trading Hayek. Looks to be the worst one. Maybe trade another as well. A lot of 26-year-olds there. Cholowski, Johansson, and Stanley. And now Jacob Pelche needs a new contract. 1 year, 175K. I think he makes NHL this year, so I'll probably pop off. Let's try how cheap can we get him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so he's going to be in the NHL this year. At least that's my plan for him. We'll try 950K for 7 years and see if we get another absolutely ridiculous contract like Matthew Phillips. Ruzicka, 25.79, I think will be a 4th liner. So 3 years, he actually does go up a bit in price. Let's try 4 years at $1 million. See what he says. Now Zeri here is probably gonna be stuck in the AHL, but if he does make the NHL eventually, yeah, might as well try and get him on a stupid good deal. All right, guys. So Ruzicka said yes. Was that 4 years at $1 million? Zeri said yes. 8 years, 800K. I kind of feel bad. Schwint there was a 3 year. Wolf wants a bit more money. Okay. Kibaharju said yes. Pelche said yes. Geeky's joined the team. Snyder there was just a low top 4. Wow. Okay, so Jacob Pelche. Look at that contract. We need to get him good because they'll make his value so much better, especially Zeri there. That's unreal. So let's get Wolf signed. I think he's the only one still left to actually need a deal. Honestly, I'll just give him 1.1, which is actually over what he's asking for 5 years because we can bury pretty much the entire contract. And as I was saying, I think he's the only one left. All these guys unsigned. Kessel there we actually should sign. Right now Kessel's in our top 6, but we have 16 million to spend. I'm thinking Kessel should be a 3rd liner on this team. We'll bring in a top 6 forward. We also need a bunch of AHL forwards. I think we actually only have 6. There we go. Wolf said yes. Kessel said yes. So 14.6 million. If you guys look at the defense here, I think Cholowski would actually be our 6th best one. So I wouldn't mind signing a bottom pair guy, but he also could grow. We could also run Stanley. And then, like I said, forward-wise, Kessel should be 3rd line with Lambert, Phillips, or even Pelche there. So would like to bring in, a top 6 forward or a 3rd liner. Could have Ruzicka on the 4th line with, a couple other guys. All right, guys, so we're now in free agency here. Can finally spend some money for once. 14.6 million. Tyson Berry's up to an 88. He wants 13. Marchessault there, 89. Dylan Larkin. Wow, we did lose Braden Shen. He could be the 2nd line center behind Lindholm. That would be ridiculous. I'm a big believer, you pay the money for the stars. You don't try and, sign 3 average players instead. Gensel's also available, but I feel like the wings are pretty good. Larkin's my favorite player in the NHL, along with McDavid and Draisaitl, so I've got to try and sign him here. He wants 5 years. He wants 11 million. 7, it gets cheaper. Wow. But, if someone offers him more money, he probably takes that, especially the years he wants, right? So, let's try 5 years, 11.5. Is that even... Should we go harder on him? Let's try 11.75. I'm trying to think what the computers are going to do to get Dylan Larkin. Honestly, we get him. I think the rest of our young forwards are good enough, especially since Phillips and Pelche are both on such good contracts. You guys can see a lot of decent players available. Let's see defenseman. As I mentioned, could use a bottom pairing guy. So we're not going to be going after Barry, D'Angelo, Shea, anybody like that. Jake Muzzin, though, 83, 2.4. That's actually really reasonable. I think we could sign to be on our bottom pair. Justin Schultz isn't bad, but Muzzin's kind of more defensive. He's got some X factors. We'll offer 2.75 for 2 years. Should be able to bring in both him and Larkin. Now, in terms of goalies, you don't need an NHL goalie. Connor Hellebuck's available. Wow. Hopefully he signs in the East. Makes our run to the Cup a bit easier. Eldrick there, Blackwood, both available. Matt Murray. DeSmith only wants 800K, is 82. That's crazy. So, all we need, though, is an AHL backup. And Nico Dawes here, 23.79 is an RFA. Might as well take a chance on him, though. We'll do 2 years here at the max for a two-way deal. I assume the Devils are going to match that. Let's see who else is available. Alan Felt usually gets kind of decent. 23.76 UFA. He'd be a great backup behind Wolf in the AHL, so I'll give him the max as well. And I'm checking AHL defenseman here. Bode Wild, 24.79. For some reason's available. We got to make a play on him. I don't understand this one. After him, there's really no one too great, like Cale Fleury, 25.78, low top 4. Bell, 24.78, high top 6. He's probably done, but honestly, that's not too bad, so I might make him an offer too. Trade away, like I said, some of like the 26-year-old AHL defensemen we have who are done growing, and now we really do need some AHL forwards. So, Fajimo here is an RFA, so that's not going to help us. Bemstrom, he's usually sick in the AHL. We'll give him like a 2-year, 850K. Protus here, 23.79 power forward. Really good physical stats. I can't believe whoever it is let him go. You can see a lot of teams interested there. Morgan Geeky, 25.80. We trade away. We could bring him back 2 years later just to help with the HL team. Tyler Angle here, 23.76. Former Spitfire, so I'll sign him, honestly, just for that reason. And I found this guy here, Kivalu. I hope that's how you say it. Otto Kivalu. Power forward, really good physical. I feel like he'd be a great, third liner in the AHL. So trying to, get back to that Calder Cup, actually win. Speaking of guys, I should check shooting here. Okay, yeah, so there's no crazy shot guy in the AHL, unfortunately. When there is, obviously they're a must sign. And now next year, guys, are trying to get a 4th round pick from the Jets for Lucas Johansson, Ben Gleason, and then Libor Hayek, all 26, but they're basically maxed out. We got some new guys coming. If we get a 4th, that's actually really good value. Trades rejected. I kind of figured so. We'll try like a 6th there, I guess. Trades accepted. Okay, so still looks good for us. I also noticed, too, for some reason the Jets, all of their defensemen are on the block. Probably they lost Connor Hellebuck. They're thinking maybe it's time for the rebuild, although their forwards are probably still really nice. So we're going to get started here, guys. Hopefully Dylan Larkin says yes. They want to give us Trevor Moore. I'm going to say no. We need that money for Dylan Larkin. Please, please, Larkin. You know who the GM is. Come on. Bemstrom there joins the AHL team. Muzzin's joined the NHL team. Awesome. So, like I said, he'll be on that bottom pair. Geeky there for the AHL. Kuvala there, again, AHL player. Angle. Protis as well. Bal. Dawes as of now, but I feel like Devils probably match. So Alan Felt most likely be the AHL backup. Bode Wild there. Everyone said yes so far. Knock on wood. Come on, Larkin, please. Are you kidding me? He goes to the Washington Capitals. Simply not offered the money I feel I deserve based on my skills. Dang, so that sucks. We still have $11 million to spend. Marchessault's still available too. So we could make something happen there. I want to see what Larkin signed for with the Capitals because I am upset. I really thought that was going to be enough. 10 points. Wait. 10.6 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? What? I offered him 11.75. What? So I have no idea what the difference was. I offered him 11.75 million, and he said I didn't offer him enough money, and I offered them the exact amount of years he wanted. How is that a thing? All right, guys. Now, luckily, somehow both Marchessault and Gensel are available. Marchessault's 89, but he's 33 years old. He's coming off an 89-point season. Couple X factors there. He's older than Gensel by 4 years. Gensel here, coming off a 74-point season. You can see he's got the Schneip zone ability, more X factors. He's younger. I feel like in our top 6, he's probably better. And he's got less risk of, going down in rating. He's also $1 million cheaper. So I'm thinking Jake Gensel here kind of replaced Toffoli. Actually, upgrades Toffoli big time. 7 years. That's as long as we have left. I'm going to offer him 9.5. I think that's a very fair contract. I still don't understand how Larkin, we offer him $1 million more than the Capitals. He tells us didn't offer him enough. Like, that is just ridiculous. I mean, maybe it's for the best. The Devils chose to match Dawes. We kind of figured that. We got Geeky coming up later. He can probably be the future second line center, or even Lambert. Please, Gensel. Please. There we go. We get Jake Gensel. So unfortunately, Larkin chose the Capitals, but still we get a superstar player there with our cap space. Also, guys, I was just looking at our team's contracts. You can see there we still have $4.2 million in cap space, but really don't need to sign anybody. Maybe a fourth liner, but we're probably fine. Mangiapane here. Look at this. He actually wants to take a pay cut, just under $5 million for 6 years. I'm gonna offer him like 4.5 or 6. If he says yes, that is an absolute steal. Stanley Samuelson, I'm probably trading away at some point. Poirier here, though, I'd definitely like to keep. We'll see. When's he get expensive? 4 years. So let's just do a 3-year deal there. $950K on a 2-way. I think that's great value. And so after look at the contracts, guys, I feel like we have a couple extra players. So trying to trade Samuelson here, 24.77 medium top 6, and Zgavgorodny, 23.74 medium top 9 to the Penguins for a 4th. They say yes. Again, good. We're just trading something we don't need for extra picks. I see they actually have Letang, Malkin, Pavelski on the block, so looks like they might also be thinking about a rebuild. After that trade, you guys can see there, we got a good amount of mid-round picks now, which is nice. Still have our first. Obviously didn't have one the last 2 years with trading for Nemec, but somehow managed to get one anyways. Also, I wanted to show you guys, in case I haven't shown you yet, Connor Geeky here now is 78. He had 119 points last year in juniors, so I'm not really sure where he'll be at the start of the next season, but could be a great player for us. And as you guys can see here, Mangiapane did accept that contract, so we got him on a great deal. Also, too, I just accidentally skipped over it, but Poirier said yes to his. I'm in the fall now, guys, and I realize I still need one more AHL forward, so I'm going to sign Giovanni Smith here, 1 year, league minimum, just to be probably like a third-line AHL guy. Alright, guys, so after signing Giovanni Smith, the lines are set for next season. Very excited to see how this NHL team does. We got Huberdeau, Lindholm, Mangiapane on the first line. Second line there is Gensel, Lambert, and Teravainen. So I decided to give Lambert some really good wingers. See how he does. You can see there he's got really good puck skills, 88 passing. Teravainen can play. Gensel can play. Hopefully that second line as well, especially with the +5. Third line's Kessel, Pelche, Voracek. So giving Pelche a chance on that third line. 23.79. I thought he'd at least get to an 80 before the season started, but you can see his puck skills there. Also very good. Decent shot too. We'll see how he does. Fourth line's also pretty stacked. Rosica there's an 81 now. I mean, he's got 95 stick check, 98 strength. Protest there, 92 stick check, 95 strength. They're both aggressive. Phillips there, very fast. Wanted him on the third line, but just didn't fit. Not only was there other players there, but chemistry-wise as well. So he'll probably play PK to make up for the ice time. Defensively here, we got Uyghur, Pesci, top pair still +5. Anderson, Hannafin on the second. Anderson's down 84. Muzzin, Nemec on the bottom pair also gets a +5. You can see Nemec there's up to an 84. Muzzin actually dropped to an 81. He's not making too much money, so we could probably trade him pretty easily. Call up somebody for next season. As you guys will see, we have a lot of really good defense in the AHL waiting for their chance. Goaltending-wise, Markstrom's still the starter there. Primo backing him up. AHL team, Wolfson 83 now. So 83 overall, making 1.1 for the next 5 years. I'm probably going to trade Primo next season. You guys can let me know if I shouldn't, but I think it just makes the most sense, especially since Allen Felt's a more than capable AHL backup. Now the AHL team looks pretty cool. We got Koivula, Zeri, Vesalainen on the first line. I didn't even realize we got Morgan Geeky, Connor Geeky, the two brothers, playing together on the second line with Coronado. That's going to be a nasty line. Smith, Huckins, Bemstrom on the third. Schwind, Angle, Beck on the fourth. Defensively here, the entire AHL top 4 is an 80. We got Poirier, Wild, Cholowski, Stanley. Bottom pair there, we got Bal and Kivaharju. Already showed you guys the goalies. So, yeah, like both these teams I feel very, very stacked. I honestly feel like a lot of players in the AHL could also have made an NHL team. But, of course, you got 12 forward spots, 6 defenseman spots. It's tough to decide. So, our team for next year, 95 offense, 91 defense, 88 goaltending. Hopefully, can you make it back out of the first round of the playoffs? As long as we don't play the Vegas Golden Knights, we should be okay. But that's going to do it, guys, for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit something down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.